Happy Contemporary-A-Thon, day one. I look horrible. I feel horrible. I am very tired. Last night my husband and I hosted a coffee house with like a local musician and coffee and things like that. We do that once a month and it's great, but it's very tiring because we put a lot of work in it. We have to set up, we have to tear down, I have to drive Noah to his grandma's, and it's just a really late night. Sometimes with those I feel like I've done a wedding. It's that much work, and weddings are a ton of work, but either way. I'm up today editing the photos and things like that, hence why I look like a hot mess. I share with you what I'm reading. I'm not going to keep this long because I sound just so like gravelly and tired. I'm going to need to ingest coffee in like a second. But either way, these are the books I'm planning to read this week. I have a whole TBR video in case you're wondering what I'm using for each challenge. So I'm not going to explain what the challenges are because you can watch that video to check it out. I'm sure I will later during the week. But each book, I've already ordered these two and how I want to read them because I want to be like that. But the first book I'm reading, I'm starting today, is Josh and Hale's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lawrence. It's a chick lit. I can't wait to read it. The next book I want to read is my thriller book, and that is An Unwanted Guest by Sherry LaPena. I picked this one because I have a lot of thrillers on my TBR, but this is only 280 pages, so that's very short. So the book I want to read after that is One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This one I think is quite lengthy. It's like 330 pages, so not that much, but yeah, that's another chick lit book. And then the last book is The Geography of Lost Things by Jessica Brody. I saved this one for last because it is the most longest.
Hello everyone, it's actually Heather from the future. So I'm inserting this to let you guys know that the video is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp reached out to me, and BetterHelp is a online site and platform that you can use to get therapy. I recommend therapy enough. I have never done therapy, but sometimes I do think about this. I do think about signing up for therapy because I do suffer from, I wouldn't say severe anxiety, but I suffer from a lot of anxiety. I think due to being a mom, being a mother of an autistic child, of just life in general. Therapy benefits so many people. So if you are ever skeptical and deciding if you want to have therapy, go for it. I think in the long run, it will help you out immensely, and I always recommend it. Now, I say that I've never had therapy, but my son is actually in therapy twice a week, every single week, and he doesn't do the traditional therapy where it's, you know, depressed or anything like that. He's in speech therapy, so I don't know if it counts, but to me it does, because it is a form of therapy, and I pay out of pocket for that therapy, and it's very expensive, but it's very needed for him for his speech. So what's awesome about BetterHelp is when you sign up, you go through this process and they will get you to the right counselor in whatever you need with therapy, whether it be anxiety, depression, those issues you have. They will pair you up with the right counselor, and then that opportunity is there for you to get on that app, or I think even to go on the site and just talk to your counselor whenever you want to, wherever you want to. I think that is very important if you need therapy, is to be able to talk to someone at the drop of the hat. Like, you know, when you need to talk to someone, you can contact someone with BetterHelp. So I think that is amazing, because mental health is very important. This day and age, we have a lot going on, and a lot of people don't take mental health seriously, and it is a thing that needs to be taken seriously. BetterHelp is more affordable and more cheaper than traditional therapy. Trust me, I am very aware of the cost of therapy. And options for financial aid, which are always amazing. Start today, they match you up with a counselor or therapist right today. So I will leave all of the information for them down below, pricing for the site to sign up, but I highly recommend it. If you just need to talk to someone about things and just want counseling or talking to a therapist, BetterHelp is the way to go. Trust me, I know I have already signed up, and I'm definitely going to use it, because there are a lot of days where I just need to talk to somebody and just have therapy and just get kind of past my anxiety, because some days it is horrible. Like I said, I will leave all their information down below, and I'm also going to leave a list of my favorite mental health books that are just books that talk about mental health. There is a slew of them out there, so maybe they're going through the same mental health journey that you're going through, and maybe that will just, like, you know, enlighten you in your journey. So either way, thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video, and yeah, check them out. Talking to someone is always important, and BetterHelp can help you do that. So, on to the rest of the reading vlog.
What I'm doing for the reading, as far as this week goes, this is a very busy week. September is the start of a very busy season, I think, for everybody, with back to school, with fall and other things. So this week is just insanity as well. So this week I turned 30 on Thursday. Yay, being 30. And then I have a wedding to photograph all day Saturday, so that's going to be a very busy day. And then Sunday is my son's 4th birthday, so we're throwing him a party, which we haven't done since he was 1. So it's going to be a low-key party, but still it's going to require work, and I'm nervous because the day after weddings I feel like a lot like this. I'm just drained emotionally, physically, I'm like running on empty. So I'm hoping that you know, I'll get motivated. I'm sure I will, because it'll be my son's birthday. I'll just be excited. But either way, this week's going to be a very busy weekend, especially the weekend. During the week, it's kind of the usual speech therapy for my kid, and just a lot of like, I'm trying to prep for the party, and I'm also trying to pre-film a ton for next week, because, you know, when I do a wedding, it takes me like all week during the next week to like edit and stuff, and I want to focus on just that. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-film my videos that are scheduled to, I want to go ahead and pre-film all my videos this week for next week, if that makes any sense. That way it's just already all done and edited, and I don't have to worry, and I just focus on the wedding photo. I'll be sure to update you guys a lot this week during what I'm reading and things like that. So hopefully I will get started and finished today. Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. I'm gonna persevere, and by persevere I mean ingesting a lot of coffee right now, like a lot of coffee.
Hi, hello, hi, happy, I don't know why I said hi that much. It's Tuesday, day 2 of the Contemporary-A-Thon. So I actually look decent because I just filmed 3, not 2. I'm sorry, I'm be straight up with you. It just happens to be my time of the month first thing today, so I think my mind is just literally gone. So yeah, filmed 3 videos. I filmed 2 unboxings and a watchables video, which you will see very, very soon. So watchables, I'll just share with you what I've been watching lately. So right now I'm cleaning up like all the mess from the actual filming. So there's my filming setup. I have all my unboxing stuff right there. So sorry for the lighting changing, but I have a lot of reading updates for you guys, because surprisingly I am doing really well with this Contemporary-A-Thon. So bear with me as I move you around a lot, because I have to clean up. Forgive my house. I have a 3-year-old child. What's clean? I don't know what's clean. I'm just gonna quickly clean this up. Maybe I'll do a montage of it. I don't know. And I will get back to you and talk to you about what I've read, and then I will collect my child from playing upstairs, because yeah. Judging me for wearing different color pants than my shirt. I want to say that every YouTuber does that. Like, this is not the shirt I'm wearing today. I'm wearing a plain old t-shirt. So I filmed a nice shirt for filming, and I'm wearing leggings that don't even match. I'm okay with that. Like I said, I've actually had a really good reading progress like yesterday. So if you don't know, I started Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren. I think I read like 150 pages last night. I was supposed to finish it. I didn't. Sleep claimed me, as it usually does. But I got up kind of early this morning, had some work to do, and I finished it this morning / a little bit like in the afternoon. So I have finished this book, and I loved it so much. I kind of want to give it a 5 out of 5. So Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating is an adult chick lit book about Josh and Hazel. Hazel met in college, and Hazel is, if you've watched the movie, no, if you have watched the show New Girl, she is literally Jessica Day from New Girl. She is quirky, she is fun, she has no filter, she's, you know, kind of got that innocent demeanor about her, but she's also kind of raunchy, you know? She's just a fun person to be around. She's just Jessica Day. That's how I picture her. And it's told in Portland, Oregon, which is where Jessica Day is from. So I have to think the inspiration behind Hazel is Jessica Day. So we have Hazel and Josh meet, and Hazel just embarrasses herself in front of Josh repeatedly, so they're kind of like undateable in each other's eyes. And somehow, like 7 years later, they meet up together and they become best friends. And basically the entirety of this book is them becoming best friends and them setting each other up on blind double dates. So he'll pick a date for her and she'll pick a date for him, and every time it ends disastrously wrong, and they just end up hanging out with each other, and you can guess what happens from there. It's an adorable, sugary sweet marshmallow of a book, and I loved it so much. It does have quite a lot of steamy times in it, so just be warned in case you are not into that at all, understandably so. But overall, I love this book. Like Christina Lauren has found like their writing stride. Like they just write mushy gushy books that I devour. This one might be my favorite of theirs, followed closely by Love and Other Words. Love and Other Words a little bit more serious. This one's a much more lighthearted, adorable read. So I love this book to pieces. One of my favorite chick lit of all time. Would highly recommend it. I really want to give it a 5 out of 5. I loved everything about it. I devoured it, and yeah, really enjoyed it. I also just finished the audiobook of After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I didn't tell you guys I was reading it because I wasn't planning to. So last week I just randomly started to listen to this book, and I just thought I wasn't gonna be in an audiobook mood for this Contemporary-A-Thon, but last week I decided to check it out, and I'm so glad I did because I speed rolled through this book. Like I never listen to audiobooks this fast. I do a fair amount of driving during the week with my son's speech therapy and things like that, but not to the point where like I can finish an audiobook in a couple weeks. Like it usually takes me a longer time to finish audiobooks because I only listen to them in the car. No, this book I listened to in the car. I listened to it when I was in the shower. I listened to it whenever I had the opportunity because I was so invested in the storyline. It was ridiculous. There was a married couple named Lauren and Ryan, and they've been married for like 7 years, and they hate each other. They have gotten to a point in their marriage where they just despise one another. They just don't have a good sexual relationship, don't have good like emotional relationship, physical relationship, everything. So they decide that they're not going to divorce, but rather they're going to take a break from each other for a whole year, where he moves out, they don't have any form of communication in this year, and they decide in a year, you know, they're going to work harder in their marriage. They just need a little break from each other, which I don't know if I agree with, but when I say I was invested in this story, like I felt like I knew these people. Like any chance I could figure out, because I was just the will they, won't they, will they, won't they. Like the more I kept reading, the more I was like, they have to end up together. Then I'm like, I don't know. And then it just was haunting me because I was so invested in this book. Follows Lauren mostly. You do get snippets of Ryan in some form of way. I don't want to tell you what because I don't want to spoil it, but it's about a marriage that kind of is falling apart, and about Lauren discovering herself on this year break and what she does with it, and if she learns that if she loves her husband, or if maybe she wants something different. I didn't think I would love this book because, you know, it's about kind of a marriage falling apart, and I don't love reading books about that because they're sad, but this one had made me laugh a lot. It made me cry a lot, and made me very reflective of my own marriage and my own life a lot. And I love this book for those things, and the fact that a lot of the times in books we follow a main character and she sort of has a dilemma, or he, and usually they have friends and they talk to their friends about their dilemma, and that's all that is. It's kind of a one-way friendship, even with family relationships. But no, this book we discovered her friends, and they would also talk about her friends' problems. She would be very close to her sister, and you would think she would just talk to her sister about her problems, but that would be it. But no, her sister would talk about her problems. It was very a realistic way of people, and like I love that it wasn't just all about Lauren and her marriage, and we got to learn about her siblings and their problems. I mean, she really cared about their problems. It wasn't just all about her. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but I love the fact that you got to see a healthy family relationship and a healthy friendship, and, you know, not about a healthy marriage, that's for sure. But this book was just so amazing. I can say without a doubt, after this book, Taylor Jenkins Reid is one of my favorite authors. I'm a book by an author. I read Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, loved it. But after this, it's 2 for 2. I mean, I want to give this book 5 stars. I loved it. I was invested in it, like ridiculously invested into it, and I just loved it so much. So I would highly recommend it. Yes, it is a little bit sad because it's about a marriage falling apart, but you're gonna learn a lot. I think it's gonna teach you about how each marriage is different, how each people's view on love is different, and just family and friendship, and I loved it. So day 2 of Contemporary-A-Thon, I read 2 books. Well, actually, I didn't read the entirety of After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid in the Contemporary-A-Thon. The audiobook was 9 hours long, and I'd already listened to 6 hours of it before the Contemporary-A-Thon started, so I finished over half of it. So I listened to the last 3 hours of it. So I want to say I read a quarter of it for the Contemporary-A-Thon. I don't care, I'm counting it. So yeah, 2 books for the Contemporary-A-Thon, both 5 stars for me, I feel like. I mean, I love both of them equally, each for different things. This was my more lighthearted, really adorable, romantic one, and the other one was just very kind of self-journey, kind of about a relationship falling apart, but maybe getting back together. I mean, both were amazing. I'm loving this read-a-thon because I'm reading all of the Contemporary books and I freaking love it. So Wednesday night is like, I'm watching a friend about to eat a Carolina Reaper on live stream, Facebook.
As fast as I possibly can, I'm gonna swallow as fast as I possibly can. Here we go.
Oh gosh.
What date is it? September 19th?
Yeah.
2018.
Oh! Oh my god, he did it.
That was like immediate.
Hello everyone. I was not good at vlogging today. Got a lot of montage footage and I look horrible, so yay. So today was kind of a busy day. I had things, appointments, and then I had a photo shoot this evening. It was a quick one, so that was good. And yeah, I have been reading. I didn't read a ton last night, but I've read a lot today. I started the audiobook for Pride by E.B. Zaboy because my book's just not going to get here in time, so I just thought I would just go ahead and start the audiobook for it. So halfway into it, I'd say I'm a quarter way into it. It's a very quick audiobook. It's only 6 hours, which I don't know if I can finish that this week, but I think I can get close to finishing. If you don't know, Pride by E.B. Zaboy is kind of a urban modern day retelling of Pride and Prejudice, and I'll talk more about it at the end of the read-a-thon if I finish it, but I'm enjoying it right now. The Geography of Lost Things by Jessica Brody. I started it last night, I didn't read it, and I've been reading it off and on today for quite a while, and I'm on page 178. I'm going to read a little bit more after I finish this, so my plan is to get to page, if I can today, 250, maybe 200. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm kind of surprised by how much I'm enjoying because I just didn't know about this book, but I really like it. This is about a girl named Allie whose father passes away, and she hasn't been close to her father in a while. They kind of have an strained relationship, but he leaves her. Listen to what he leaves her. I'm talking to you. Just listen. He leaves her his 1968 Firebird convertible. I know, so that's good. And her and her mom are kind of really down on money, so she decides to sell it to help, like, with their mortgage of the house. And so she sells it to a guy that lives in, like, on the North Pacific, and only problem is she doesn't know how to drive it, so she has to have her ex-boyfriend help her drive it up there, and you can guess what happens from there. I'd say it's kind of a deeper contemporary, but I'm still enjoying it nonetheless. So my plan is hopefully to finish this tomorrow. I still have 2 more books to read after that. I have to read The Unwanted Guest by Sherry LaPena, which I have started, but I kind of put down because it just wasn't in the thriller mood. But I have this one to read, and I have to read One True Loss by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So a lot to read. I don't know if I'll finish this week, but that's okay because this weekend's really insanely busy, so I won't have a lot of time to read, so I'm just gonna take it for whatever it is. But yeah, that's what today is. We watched our friend eat a freaking, what is it? A Carolina Reaper pepper for like an hour on Facebook live stream, and it was the best hour of my life. It was pretty good. I wouldn't condone ever eating a Carolina Reaper pepper. Like, it was painful to watch, but it was entertaining nonetheless. But that's Wednesday. Thursday is my birthday. I turned 30.
Somebody brought donuts in for my birthday.
See you guys tomorrow. Hopefully looking better, but probably not. Hello, good morning. It's Thursday and I'm officially 30. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel old and I feel broken out because it's that time of the month. I'm breaking out. I just feel horrible. But either way, today's just another day. If you know, when you get older, birthdays just aren't that big of a deal. I mean, I do love celebrating birthdays. I really do, because I'm like, the week before, I'm like, 2 days till my birthday, it's 3 days till my birthday. And when it gets here, nothing like happens because I'm a mom and I'm older, you know, and that's totally okay. I edited the photos of the photo shoot I did last night. I will show you one because it doesn't show my client. I gotta keep, you know, client privacy. One of the photos I've edited. I freaking love it. I love just the simplicity of it. I feel like that could be on like Pinterest. So yeah, I'm proud of it. Either way, yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm also editing this vlog because, like I told you guys, I prep all my videos before my wedding on Saturday. So that's what I'm doing today. So just a lot of just home stuff. My son's playing upstairs right now. I might try to price out some things for his birthday. And I have to run slides tonight at church. I still have 200 pages to go on the geography of lost things. So I'm planning to power through that and finish it tonight for sure. That book will be finished today. And then I'll have 2 books left. So I think tomorrow, I think the last book I'm gonna really try to read is The Unwanted Guest by Sherry LaPena because it's so short, but I don't know. I just kind of want to read another Taylor Jenkins Reads book. That'd be 2 books in a week by her, but I don't think Saturday, for sure, I'm not reading a single page on Saturday. Sunday, I might have some time to read. So, I don't know. We're just going to play this read-a-thon by ear. But either way, hello 30, a new decade of age. I'm ready for it. Yeah. What? Hello, hi. So, sorry I didn't vlog like at all yesterday. Would you like to say hi with your crazy hair? Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you, yesterday was a really boring day. Yes, it was my birthday, but it was boring. I just kind of stayed at home. I did slides at church in the evening, and that was it. I didn't vlog yesterday, but I did read a ton, and I read and finished, or I think I started this on Wednesday, and I finished this yesterday. The Geography of Lost Things by Jessica Brody. This is my longest book, and I finished it. I flew through it. I wasn't surprised by that. And I really enjoyed it. It's not my favorite. I'd say it's a really strong contemporary. So this book, like I told you guys previously, it's about a girl named Allie who loses her dad, and her dad leaves her his 1968 Firebird, and her and her mom are really struggling on money, so she decides to sell it to somebody up like Northwest, like kind of near Oregon, I think, or maybe the top of California, I'm not sure, but she can't drive stick shift, so her ex-boyfriend Nico help her. So this is quite essentially a road trip book with learning about Allie and how her relationship, how it's so estranged with her dad, and you learn more about that. So I really enjoyed it. It's definitely a deeper contemporary with a lot of funny things in it. I thought the way it was formatted was really great because Allie loves personality quizzes. So throughout this whole book, there's a personality quiz scattered throughout it. Like, for example, your ex-boyfriend won't stop prying into your personal life. What do you do? A, stand up and walk away. You're tired of fighting. B, scream at him until he finally stops asking questions. C, tell him the truth. Maybe that'll shut him up. So it's that, it's scattered with that, and at the beginning of each chapter as well is kind of like an inventory of what they have. So inventory, they have like a convertible, then she has cash, and then things that she's collected throughout the entirety of this trip, which is very interesting because they kind of do a whole Craigslist thing on this trip. You'll learn more, so they keep acquiring things and they trade things for other things. I really enjoyed it. My only complaint is that it is very lengthy. It is like 430 pages. I don't think it needed to be that. I think around 350 would have been great, so if it was kind of chopped by 100 pages. But overall, I really enjoyed it. I love a good road trip book. I love a good coming of age story where it's about somebody learning about their parents and kind of, you know, learning, you know, about the relationship even though her father has passed away. But overall, I really liked it. I say it's a solid like 4, maybe 4.25 for me. So I really enjoyed it. Very glad to have read it. Just love the road trip aspect to it. So I've also told you guys I'm listening to Pride by E.B. Zaboy. It was, I don't know, how long is the audiobook? It's 6 hours long. I know, well, I know, and I have 2 hours left. So that's actually really good for me. I did not think I would get anywhere close to finishing it. So tomorrow I do have to drive a certain bit of ways for my wedding. I don't know if I'll have like the mentality to listen to. I know I keep amping up wedding days, but they're a big deal to me because it's a big day for someone, so I try to really put my mind, encompass that, you know, it's very important. I'm capturing a lot of important memories. But either way, so maybe I'll listen to it. I for sure will probably listen to it on the way home. So I'm thinking by the end of the read-a-thon, I won't be done with Pride, but I'm over halfway through. That's kind of winning. I'm really enjoying it so far. Like I said, it's a modern urban retelling of Pride and Prejudice. I also just started One True Loss by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I'm about 89 pages into it. I really might, because I'm doing so good at this read-a-thon, I don't want to falter. I think I might try to power through and finish this tonight. So I'm gonna read it today and then finish it tonight. This is gonna be my second Taylor Jenkins Reid book in 2 weeks. I'm not mad about it at all because I love her writing. So Jenkins Reid does it again. After this, I think I only have 2 more books to read by her, then I'll be officially caught up. If you guys want an author video on her, I would love to do it because I love all of her books. Either way, that's my Friday update. I might update you guys at the end of tonight. I don't know, but yeah. I expect just a straight up montage tomorrow, just to be forewarned with you. And you know, I'm gonna vlog a lot on Sunday. So sorry this is a long vlog, but I mean, I'm getting a lot of reading done, even though I'm not vlogging a ton. So I'm happy with that. I don't know, sorry, I look horrible. Yeah, let's hope I finished One True Loves and Pride. And I still have to read an unwanted guest. Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Time will tell. So today is wedding day, so I'm gonna take you guys throughout my day. It's probably gonna be very sparse because obviously I'm focusing on working and doing all of the wedding things. So hopefully it'll be a decent montage of Lisa. You can just see how the day kind of pans out. I look decent because, you know, I try to look decent for weddings, but I'm sure I'll do a check-in at the end of the night to see like how much my makeup is melted off and how like flat my hair is. That'll be interesting to see. But either way, very nervous, very excited. Let's do this. Nice and scary. Hello, hi. It's much later as you can see. Yeah, the wedding's over. I'm tired. I'm really tired. My back is like gone. I look somewhat decent, so that's good. But yeah, sorry I didn't vlog much because I was working. But either way, it's wedding day done. I want to go home and like sleep for 10 hours. I don't know if I can do that. Either way, yay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Noah. Happy birthday to you. Hooray!
Like he's swimming.
Good morning. So I obviously forgot to film an outro clip for this. So today is like day 8 of Contemporary-A-Thon. Just kidding, Contemporary-A-Thon's over. So forgive me, I look horrible. I have no makeup on. It is very early in the morning, but I thought I would just film a wrap up for you of what I read for the Contemporary-A-Thon. So sorry for the last couple days, I didn't even vlog at all. It's just montage footage, but like I told you, it was very busy days, so I didn't have opportunity to really vlog. So right now I'm going to share with you what I read and talk about the challenges I read for the book. So the first challenge was to read a book with orange on the cover, and for that I read Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren, which was around 300 pages. I loved this book, gave it 5 out of 5, really enjoyed it, thought it was super adorable. The next challenge was to read a dark and spooky contemporary. So for that one I read somewhat of An Unwanted Guest by Sherry LaPena. Last night I did read some of this, but unfortunately I did not finish it. I'm only halfway through. I only read 150 pages and this book is like 300 pages pretty much, so I read half of it. So I plan to finish this tonight for sure, but yeah, sadly I did not get around to finishing it, but at least I read the majority of it. The next challenge was to read a diverse contemporary. For that I read Pride by E.B. Zaboy, and again, just like An Unwanted Guest, I have not finished it. I'm actually listening to it still. Hours to go on that. So the audiobook was 6 hours, so I finished over half of it for sure, but I plan to finish it for sure this week. So again, didn't finish the book technically, but I read a good majority of it. The next challenge was to read a book in a non-traditional format. For that, I guess I can use Pride by E.B. Zaboy or I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid, because I did read a quarter or listen to a quarter of After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I have listened to Pride by E.B. Zaboy. So yeah, I guess those can count. This is The next challenge was to read a book that has your initials somewhere on the cover. For that, I picked One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I did finish this one. I also kind of want to give it a 5 out of 5 because I loved it that much. Like, it was so good. So this one was around 320 pages. Amazing book. The next challenge was to read a contemporary by a new to you author. For that one, I had picked The Geography of Lost Things by Jessica Brody, which I did finish. It was my longest book of the readathon for sure. It was 450 pages, which is quite a long contemporary, but again, really enjoyed it. It gave it like a 4.25 out of 5. And the last challenge was to read a contemporary that has a 5-star prediction. So for that one, I picked both of these pretty much, and both of these were 5 stars, so that counts. So yeah, overall I read 3 full-length novels for this Contemporary-A-Thon. I have read half and like half of another book, and I've also read over half of another book. So overall, it was a good week of reading. I don't think I accomplished all that I wanted to. I think if I didn't have such a busy week, I would have easily finished this book for sure and just had Pride not finished, but it was a busy week, so I didn't have time to read. So I'm happy with my progress. I'm happy overall with what I read. Actually, all of them I read this week I loved, so I'm very happy with the progress. So overall, like, I didn't finish technically all of the challenges, but I'm happy with what I did. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it is very lengthy. I feel like it's very lengthy, but I don't even vlog a lot, so if you want more of these reading vlogs sporadically, let me know. I'd be more than happy to do so, even if I'm not participating in a readathon. So let me wrap this up because, like I said, this is a hellaciously long video. If you enjoyed it, let me know, and let me know what you read for the Contemporary-A-Thon.